Sourdough, the king of breads. But is it easy to make? Well, today we're going to go full process. I'm going to show you exactly how to make everything from starter to bake. So it will be. Let's do it. So is it easy to make? Yes. Does it take a lot of time? Hell yes it does. But similarly with our croissant video, which should pop up somewhere over here, the most of the time is inactive, meaning the most of the time we just let it to do its magic. For this time, we're going to do the sourdough starter from day 1 to 7. And the most of the time really didn't take much of me. It just took me only 5 minutes to feed it and then let it overnight to do its magic, and then the next day feed it again and then follow the process. What I've done, I've made a full video of clips to show you exactly how I'm going to do it from day 1 to 7. Let this drop and then we'll come back to day number 8, in which we're going to follow the process now and then we're going to do the kneading. So, see you in a bit. Day 1, sourdough starter. Day 1 and 2, the most important. White strong bread flour, rye organic flour, warm lukewarm water. I have it at 32 degrees. Simple. 50 ml of this, 25 grams of that, 25 grams of that. Let's mix it in, leave it overnight. Close it, but don't close it airtight. Leave some gap for the oxygen to go in, and this will help the dough to develop better. Overnight, room temperature. Day number 2. We're going to do the same thing we did yesterday. We're going to add 50 ml of warm water, 25 grams of rye organic flour, and 25 grams of white strong bread flour. Mix it and ready for another night. Day 3. We can see some activity going on here, which is a great sign. It means things are working, but I can smell it and then I don't really smell, that standard wet socks smell that you expect. I'm going to feed it exactly as we did yesterday, and on the day 1, 50 ml, 25 and 25, close it and then keep it again one more night. Day number 4. Yesterday we didn't do anything, we left it to mature. Have a look inside and let's see that it starts working. Do you see all these bubbles? That's exactly what we're looking for. It starts activating, it's perfect. I can smell it, I can start to feel the sourness. I'm going to feed it today and then put it in the fridge. We're going to remove 100 grams and then we're going to add 50 ml of water and 50 ml of flour. Same like the day before, but we're going to remove this time. And as standard, 50 ml of warm water, 25 grams of white strong bread flour and 25 grams of rye organic flour. Day 5, the starter starts building its strength. It's looking good. We're going to continue again for another couple of days just to be sure that we have a good, strong starter. I'm going to close it lightly. Again, I will leave it overnight. 8 hours is good. And then close it properly like this and then leave it in the fridge for tomorrow. Another 10-15 hours until we feed it again. So 8 hours room temperature, close it properly, back in the fridge for about 10-15 hours. Day 7, let's check our starter. Look at that, it looks brilliant. Starts activating, you can see some proper bubbles here. I can smell it as well, nice and sour. This is exactly what we're looking for. We're going to give it one more feeding, and tomorrow, I promise you, no more waiting. Tomorrow we are kneading. Tomorrow is the day. And we are on day number 8. I showed you how to do the foundation properly. We now have a strong starter to start with. 2 more things we need to pay attention to. One is the banneton. Banneton keeps the shape properly and it's very, very important. I've tried to do this without before, but it never worked. I tried to do like some sort of colander and stuff like that. It just never did. So please buy one on Amazon. It costs you about 10-12 pounds and then you will be sorted. And the second thing I need you to pay attention to is the temperature of your kitchen and in general how we ferment and proof. 25 to 35 degrees is the ideal. More than that probably is going to damage the fermentation process. Below 25 is going to be inactive, it's just not going to work, it's never going to rise. So pay attention to this and let's start with the autolyse, which is our first process. Let's get going. Let's start with the autolyse. Autolyse is a pre-soak really. We are going to mix the flours with the water together and let them sit for about 45 minutes to 1 hour. This is going to help the gluten start working easier, and then also it's going to help our dough being more stretchy and more easy to work with. So, as I said, it's not going to be hard, but it's going to take some time. So, let's mix it together. I have 300 grams of white strong bread flour, and I have 100 grams of organic rye flour. You can use any flour you like, even plain flour works, but the organic rye flour helps me well because it has a lot of nutrients. So it ensures it kind of feed the sourdough. If you want to use it, you can use it. If you want to avoid it and have completely white, then go for it. But if you're running problems in terms of feeding or fermentation, then use a bit of organic flour. It always helps. And I'm going to use 275 grams of warm water. I have it at 32 degrees exactly. I'm going to give it a quick mix, nothing fancy, just for the water and the flour to come together. See, just very quickly, 10-20 seconds, just a rough paste. Cover it with a clean wet towel so it doesn't get dry, 45 minutes to an hour. Quick 10 seconds of your time. If you find value in this video, please like it. Also, consider subscribing. I'll keep on making videos, I'll keep on making recipes and giving you all my tips. Thank you very much, it helps me massively. 1 hour has passed, it's hydrating nicely. We're ready to add the starter and the salt, and then we're going to start put it into the mixer. I'm going to use the mixer, I'm not going to use the slapping and folding technique. It just takes too much time, and here we are to do as less active work as possible. The most of the bakeries anyway, they use this technique, they just put it in the mixer. There will be no baker really with 500 loaves to just make it by hand, right? So the most of the people, they put it in the mixer. Let's get going with the starter. 20 grams of salt and 120 grams of sourdough starter. Look at the state of the starter, 120 grams of it in. Salt goes in, 20 grams. And in it goes for medium speed, about 6 to 8 minutes. Once everything is working, you don't need the starter anymore. I'm going to stick it in the fridge, and then this can stay in the fridge for months really. But it will become something like that, and then you'll see after a few days it will be inactive. You see the water in there. This one needs to be slightly drained and then fed. That's all it needs. Once you feed it, which you know now how to feed it, it just takes only 1 day. You feed it 1 day, it will be active again, and then you can start your sourdough. This is actually my 2-year-old one, and I keep on using it every, let's say, month. I'll make one sourdough. The kids love it anyway. So don't be afraid. Make your sourdough starter, leave it in your fridge. Whenever you need it, feed it, and then make your sourdough. Okay, the dough is ready. It's 8 minutes exactly. Look at that. Nice and stretchy. Let me show you that. There you go. Nice and stretchy. This is exactly what we're looking for. We're going to rest it for 45 minutes to an hour. Let me just take it out. There you go. We're going to rest it just like that, 45 minutes to an hour. Cover it with a wet towel, and then we're going to do our first folding. Before we go ahead and do our first folding, just to answer a quick question, is the sourdough healthy? The answer is yes and no. It's all about the balance really. It's fermented, there's no yeast, which means it's not rising quickly, and then the carbs are working slowly here, which means they are fermented and they are good for your gut. But also they are still carbs. There is plenty of wheat in here. It's all about the balance really. If you have a slice with avocado, with your smoked salmon, it's going to work perfect. It's a perfect balance meal. A little bit of carbs, a little bit of fat, a little bit of protein. But also if you have like half a loaf of sourdough, then no, it's not going to be healthy. So be mindful of that. It is healthy, but also be conscious. Stretch and folding time. Dough temperature is 26 degrees. That's perfect. That means our dough is working, is activated, and it keeps on going. We're going to do 3 of these, remember. Stretch and fold. Let's do the stretch. Stretch on this side. Don't worry, lift it as much as you can. Don't worry about that. Then the other side. Again, up and fold. Then the other side. Again, up and fold. And then finally, the last side. Up and fold. 2 more times to go. Cover it. 45 minutes to an hour. Second folding. Fold number 3. Perfect, this is our last folding, folding number 3. We're going to continue our bulk fermentation. Bulk fermentation is where the wild yeast really does its work, it really goes to work. it really is going to develop that structure and most importantly, that flavor. We're going to let it go for another 2 to 3 hours. You will see the dough is going to slightly rise, like a time and a half of its volume is going to rise slightly more. 2 to 3 hours is the ideal. So let it bulk ferment and we'll see you in a bit. Bulk fermentation process completed. Took us 2 hours. Check this out. About double in size, 1.5 to 2 times up from what we left it. Go to dust it with some flour and very gently. We have already built some nice structure, so we want to go slowly and easy with that. Banneton. Flour. Plenty of it. And corn flour. A good dust. The way we're going to roll it is quite specific really. Most of the bakers do that, so I'm going to do the same. Fold it once, fold it twice. Then in the middle, you do the same. Fold it once, fold it twice. And then on the top part, you do the same. Once and twice. And now bring this in here. And there's your sourdough. Going to dust some more flour, just to make sure it doesn't stick tomorrow. Close this bit. And close that bit. Over here, with your hands, lift and go inside like that. The good side goes down, the bad side, let's say that we flipped, goes on top. So tomorrow we're going to turn it. This can go in the fridge anytime between 12 hours to 24 hours. Some people even do 48 hours for more fermentation, but we're going to keep things simple. We're going to leave it overnight, 12 hours, tomorrow we bake. 12 hours fermentation, ready. Let's have a look. It's being proofed nicely, already slightly higher, which is a great sign. I have a little blade, very cheap, like £2 on Amazon, just a standard barber style one, blade, and greaseproof paper. I have a dish similar to enamel pot, like Le Creuset, let's say, in the oven, 250 degrees. It's been already warming up for about 10 minutes. I'm going to bring it out and then we're going to stick it in the oven. Let's have a look. Nice and hot pan, 250 degrees, preheated. Simply turn this and you're going to give it a nice score. I'm going to go on one side and then do a nice line. Please do it quick and fast, like this. And you see it starts opening. If you want to do a little other line and a few little garnishes, you can absolutely do them. There you go. Make it a bit pretty. Straight in the pot. Close the pot, 250 degrees, 20 minutes. Then we open the lid and leave it for another 20 minutes. I set my timer to 20 minutes. Just be aware, we use this kind of enamel dish, which is going to shut completely and then it's going to create the steam. Professional bakeries, they use this standard like a stone oven and they inject steam. This is how they make all the breads, let's say 300, 400, 500 loaves at the same time. They have all these big ovens and they just inject the steam. But for us, because we don't have a steam oven, we create the steam like that. The steam is just going to create like this opening, this ear. 20 minutes with the steam, and then we're going to open it and give it some nice color for another 20 minutes. Ready? Let's do it. It's still very hot, so I'm just going to be very quick. Perfect. On the outside it looks stunning. I'm very happy. 7 days only started, and then we have this opening over here. It looks amazing. But let's cut it inside now. And that's it, folks. Sourdough from starter to bake. the full tutorial. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe and like this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.